In this video, I'm going to give you the 10 altcoins that I think are so cheap compared to the market right now. And at the end of the day, what we have to understand, if we're in this for the 4-year cycle, it is a great time to buy. If you've paper hand sold, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. If you believe the bull run is over, that's absolutely fine. But in my opinion, I want to go over 10 altcoins to accumulate if we are still in this big bull run that we believe for 2025. And of course, real quick, before I get into the coins, there's many other coins you could put on this list. I'm going to start from like safe and I'm going to get more riskier. But of course, I hold most of these coins in my portfolio. And there are, of course, many other coins. So again, if your coin isn't on here, I'll try and do another video on this very soon. But these are just 10 altcoins that I think are super undervalued. Now, here's what I will say before we start and I give you the coins. Let's be honest. If you've been around since 2022, it has been a heck of a journey, because if you invested in 22 and 23 on most coins, you should be fine, right? It's only difficult right now because we've seen Bitcoin go up to $107,000. We've seen Solana run up to like $290, $300. And now they're obviously taking a big hit. But boys, if I just want to say one thing, if you have been still around since 2022, give yourself a big clap, because it has been a heck of a journey. We've had Donald Trump, we've had all this news, we're having liquidations, now we're having bad news. But it is tough right now. I'm not going to lie to you, especially if you have just bought and you're seeing your money go down. That's when cryptocurrency does get difficult. And what I will say is only the strong-willed will succeed in times like this. This is the time, if we look back at 2017 run and 2021 run, we see many 30 to 40% dips. And again, we were all rewarded if you bought these dips. Again, could we dip further? Absolutely. But again, at the time of this recording, I think these coins are so great value for the price right now if you believe in this 2025 bull run. And again, the weak will always lose in times like this. Cryptocurrency is not supposed to be easy. This is an asset class that is very volatile. And if you don't understand that, maybe you should buy gold, maybe you should buy real estate, maybe you should buy the stock market. But as we know, houses are just fucking stupid high. And you can't even get into a house without accumulating massive debt. And guess what? You have to live in the house or you have to rent out. And by the time you pay off your mortgage, it's probably not going to get you rich. Now, yes, you should always be diversified, in my opinion. If you have a good bull run after this, yeah, sure, buy the S&P 500, buy some gold, buy some real estate. But if you're playing catch up with like 5, 10, 15K, even a little bit less, I think cryptocurrency has to be the vehicle for you, because you're never ever going to get in a house with like $10,000. Let's be honest. So the weak buy excitement and euphoria and sell panic. We've seen that recently. How many times have you logged on YouTube, can't even scroll through Twitter, let alone Instagram, and you see everybody saying the bull run's over? But as we know, many 2017 run, 2021 run, these times came around and these guys were actually buying euphoria again, and they just paper-handed all their shit and they bought the tops again. They constantly lost money. The strong do the opposite. I know it's difficult, but I promise you, prices, yes, they can go lower. Yes, we could enter a bear market, but I promise you the risk/reward, in my opinion, I'm still in the game. I haven't sold anything yet. I am only buying when I can. I'm using my DeFi liquidity pools when I can to accumulate free assets, and that's what I'm doing. If we go below that 50-week moving average that I've talked about many before, and I'll talk about this in a second on this channel, is when I'll have to reconsider my strategy. But I'm doing the opposite. I'm staying strong, I'm holding on, and that's all you can do. But you get to decide at the end of the day. So here's why this is important. If we believe the bull run and the 4-year cycle plays out, this would be entries for DCAs. Yes, we could go down lower, absolutely. But in my opinion, this is the entries. This is God tier entries, in my opinion, because we're so low. Some of these coins are 50, 60% down that I'm going to give you in a second from the January time. So if you're putting in $1,000, you're accumulating double the coins. You accumulate way more coins. Remember, it's not about the dollar value. It's about how many coins you accumulate now to sell for the dollar value in 2025, at the end of 2025. Now, these are prices people were saying, here's the most important part, people were saying they would pay, they would wish we could go before Donald Trump pumped us. And now we're at these prices, so why aren't people buying? Why have people completely shifted narrative in under 2 months? It blows my mind. Could we fall down lower? Absolutely. But that's why we always have dry powder for DCAs. So we don't chuck everything in today. We don't chuck everything last month. We chuck in as much as we can to DCA. And even if you're DCAing higher, that's absolutely fine, because you get that average cost entry. Because if we do fall down, you won't be so mad at yourself. You'll now see, oh, I can accumulate way more coins. And then once we recover, that's when it gets juicy for your gains. It is very tough, I will remind you, watching shit go down, but that is the game that we're in right now. So the first question I want to ask you before I go over these coins is, are we still even in a bull run, right? And I think we are, and you probably think we are as well, or why else are you watching cryptocurrency videos? But something I've been tracking religiously, like I said before, is this 50-week moving average. And I'm glad to say, I'm going to show you that right now. We have just closed on the weekly candle above it, right? So what happened was, we talked about this before, we were almost wicking it. Now we closed green. Now we're back, we're back above it, right? We're now about $6,000 above the 75K, which is good, right? Because if we cross below this for 3 to 4 weeks, that's when I said before, and I'm being real with you guys, I would maybe consider taking some profits, because I didn't buy stuff here. I've been buying since here. Yes, I bought some stuff up here, don't get me wrong, but my average DCAs have been all accumulated through here. But again, we have closed above this, so this is giving me a little bit of like, okay, I can breathe now because we have closed above this. Doesn't mean we can't go below it, but we didn't wick it exactly. So we're about $6,000 above it. That is very, very bullish going forward. Now remember, with this indicator, if we start closing below it for a couple of weeks in a row, historically, and I can only tell you this because this is a harsh lessons, that would mean, at least on the charts, that the bull run is over, in my opinion. If we close below this for like a month, that's when it's time to pack up shop, and we're getting very close to actually entering the bear market. But again, the good news is, just last week when we had the confirmation, we closed green and we're back $6,000 above it. Now, the second question I have to ask yourself, you can show on screen right now, is how much money have you got in, or how much are you planning to have in the market? It's very, very important, because if you are a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, in my opinion, you should probably just buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. If you're a guy under $50,000, you can buy some Bitcoin, you can buy some Ethereum, you can buy some Solana. But if you have goals to hit the $1 million, $1 million is great, but we shouldn't all chase $1 million if you're about 10K to 50K. But if you want more returns, you're going to have to chase more speculative plays. Now, yes, there's many risks in there, but there's also many rewards if we do get a confirmation of Bitcoin going well and then the money starts to rotate. And the other thing I need to ask you is, when are you going to stop investing and let it run? Because we don't want to keep investing all the way up the charts. There has to be a time when we stop. And what returns do you desire? E.g., how is your portfolio positioned? So again, on the screen right here, we can see like the top 8 coins. Are you playing the top 50, the top 100 coins for more safety? Yes, there will be some still coins in the top 100 that will still give you good multipliers, 10, 20, 30 X's. But if you're investing in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, BNB, Solana, although Solana is getting very cheap right now, you're not going to get as much returns because of the market cap. Or are you investing in the meme coin category and you're investing in low AI market caps? Are you investing in, gaming? Are you investing in AI agents, RWA, Deepin, lesser market caps? But if you can find the safe ones, that's when you can play catch up. So again, in my opinion, you should have a diversified portfolio. If you don't want to hold Bitcoin, at least hold some maybe Ethereum and Solana. If you don't want to go full speculative in meme coins, which I don't think you should do, but if you want to be a little bit more risky, maybe that's like 30, 40, 50% maximum in these small market cap coins. And then you start to build a diversified portfolio. Because if you don't do that, you're going to be the ones that you just buy top coins, and you will make money, in my opinion, if we get the bull run, but you probably won't make enough as you desire, or you might hold on way too strong, like I did in 2021, and ride it all the way back down because you didn't hit your goals. But if you hold the other side, that's the caveat of this, you might get completely wrecked, because not every single coin will go crazy. Most of them will, like we've seen in the previous runs. Once Bitcoin really starts to go and Ethereum starts to not lag anymore, pretty much every single coin is going to go. But you don't want to be one of the guys that are maybe in those pre-sales, etc., that don't really go well, and then you're stuck left holding the bag, which is not good. So again, build a diversified portfolio, but really ask yourself, how much money you plan to have in the market? Where are you going to stop investing and let it run? That's very important. And what returns? What are your goals? You need to map this out, because if you don't, it's all random and you'll be left holding the bag, which is not a good thing to do. The number one, we're going to start off super safe. I'm not going to put Bitcoin in this list because, again, you all guys know if you want to buy Bitcoin, you buy Bitcoin, but it's not going to give you the best returns. Number one's going to be Ethereum. Now, the 3 bullish things for Ethereum for this bull run, I can see big investors are accumulating. We know that's happening in real time. We've seen, Donald Trump's son, they're buying a lot of Ethereum in even times like this. The number of Ethereum whales from 1,000 to 10,000 Ethereum, okay, that's not dollars, that's exactly how much Ethereum they have. So a lot of money there, are growing, even though the price is meh, and you want to follow the smart money. Now, Ethereum isn't going to give you that 10x. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's not going to be a bad bet, especially at prices today. Number 2 is there's less ETH in circulation. ETH is constantly getting burned, and with each transactions and stacking lockups, a lot of less Ethereum is in supply, and that would equal higher prices. Less supply, more demand. Okay, number 3 is there's more use cases. So we love Ethereum for DeFi, NFTs, obviously in the last bull run. I don't know if we're going to get an NFT run this time, but you never fucking know. Layer 2 networks are growing, meaning people can use Ethereum, making it even more valuable. And a Brucey bonus is Vitalik Buterin, the guy that owns Ethereum, the founder behind Ethereum. He is very, very, very fucking smart. He's probably the smartest guy in cryptocurrency, and I would trust him to make Ethereum have a good bull run. So if we look at Ethereum, Ethereum in real time, now this price could change by the time I post this video, it's currently under $1,900. In my opinion, yes, we could go down to the 1.2, even under the $1,000. If that happens, I'm going to be buying so much Ethereum, you're not even going to believe it. But in my opinion, Ethereum has had a lackluster bull run. It hasn't reached its previous all-time high, like many coins like Solana and other coins have. So again, in my opinion, Ethereum is a good risk/reward. It's just not going to give you, in my opinion, the 6, 7, 10, 20 X's, right? You just have to understand it, because if you don't, you're going to be like me in the last bull run that held us all the way down. So the bullish points I gave you there, the 4 Brucey bonuses, I think Ethereum is going to make you money, but you just have to understand a lot of people don't like Ethereum because, you know, if you only have $10,000 and you buy one Ethereum, 1/5 of your portfolio is gone. But you have to understand, like if you're buying a super cheap coin at like, you know, $2, $3, $4, $5 or 2, 3, 4, 5 cents, it's not about that. It's how much returns it can give you. So I think Ethereum is a great play, even if you are a small investor, just to give you some guaranteed returns. And even, here's the thing, guys. If you buy Ethereum, right, and Ethereum goes to 10K, which I think it could well do, okay, if Bitcoin recovers, okay, that's about, you know, what's that, 5X? Even if you chose the worst coins, you'll still make a $10,000 investment. And if you choose the worst coins after this, which I think is near impossible as long as you're playing safe on this list, you will still make your money back even if you choose absolute rug coins, okay? So that's the nice thing I like about Ethereum. With Bitcoin, you wouldn't really get that because Bitcoin's probably maybe got a dibble on it. It's probably not even got a dibble on it, in my opinion. You wouldn't coup back your initial recovery. So with my opinion, Ethereum is going to be safe, especially at prices this low, because we did not think Ethereum would be trading at this price right now, and guess what it is? Everybody was excited about Ethereum at $4,000, thinking it was going to break the all-time high, and it was close. But since Donald Trump came up and kind of fucked us, you know, we're back at these prices at 50% discount. So in my opinion, Ethereum is a great play. There's nothing wrong with stacking some Ethereum. Now, the next coin is Solana. Now, Solana is getting very, very cheap. As you guys know, I've been using DeFi liquidity pools for my Solana positions. I've bought a lot of Solana on this dip. I'm potentially going to buy more Solana, and I am buying Solana every single day for free with these Orica pools I have set up against USDC. Now, the 3 bullish reasons behind Solana is, number one, it's extremely oversold in my opinion, and it's so fuddied in the market. But guess when it was fuddied recently? When we had the FTX crash, when everybody was saying it was going to zero, when it went to like, you know, 8 to 12 kind of dollars. You literally had the best entries, in my opinion. We're not going to get to those prices, you know, in my opinion anymore. But right now it's so fuddied, and you have to be able to buy fear and sell FOMO. Number 2 is there's more users equals more demand. There's big partnerships and adoption. Companies are building projects on Solana, e.g. Visa, and we have payments for even Shopify. When I used to do dropshipping back in the day, people running successful dropshipping stores can now have payments in Solana over USDC. That is going to create more demand, which means the price should follow up eventually when Bitcoin recovers. Number 3, we had a massive run with the Solana ecosystem, especially in the meme coin narratives, right? Most Solana ecosystem coins ran. Coins like, you know, Dog with Hat, etc. exploded, and then we got another run like this, which will only boost Solana's price even more. If we look at Solana right now, as we can see, we're about $120 again, man. Again, everybody was excited about $280, thinking it was going to $1,500, and now we're getting in at literally less than 50% of the price. Now, again, market cap, it's not as high as it used to be, but it is $62 billion. It's not going to give you 15, 20x. In my opinion, it can still give you $1,000 coin. So again, treat this like Ethereum. It's here to stay. Now, again, if we get confirmation that we're still in a bull run, which again, we closed above the 50-week moving average on Bitcoin, I think Solana is an absolute steal. Again, you can use this in Orica if you want on your Phantom wallet, and you can accumulate free Solana. So you can invest. If you already have a Solana bag, you can get Solana for free. So you don't have to put any money in. But again, if you're brand new to investing, I think Solana is going to be here to stay. I think it can still give you good returns. Remember, you don't always have to chase an 10x. A 5 to 6 to 7x is still fantastic, man. And especially times like these. Now, the third coin is HBAR, one of my favorite coins for a number of reasons. And there's many bullish reasons I can give you, but I'm only going to give you 3 behind each of these coins. Number 1, big businesses are backing HBAR, as we know, supported by Google. Guess what? You're on Google right now watching YouTube. IBM, Boeing, boosting trust and adoption. It's fast, cheap, scalable, and green. HBAR is super fast, low fees, energy efficient, making it great for payments and enterprises using this. That's what HBAR was for. The problem with HBAR is there was a lot of, you know, demand, people, you know, dumping their coins because there was a lot of coins in circulation in 22 and 23. But now we all almost have the fully 50 billion coins in circulation. Again, the demand for this is only going to skyrocket. Number 3 is real world use cases. Government, banks, and companies use Hedera for payments, supply chains driving demand. But it was so much better. I wish we could turn back time when I was talking about this, when everybody was calling me an idiot, buying this at 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents, 6 cents, when no one was interested in it. And then when it pumped up to like 38 cents, everybody started buying it. And now, if you look at the current price right now, we're back at 18 cents. And now nobody wants to buy it. It's just funny how like nobody wants it here. It pumps up to like 35, maybe 40 cents on the wick. Everybody's buying it here. Now we're less than 20, now we're less than 50%, and now nobody wants to buy it. Again, you have to buy fear and sell FOMO. I didn't sell at the top here because I already had enough. My whole goal with this is to ride this up to 2025 bull run. We'll see what happens. I'll take profits at maybe 50, 60, 70, 80 cents. I'll leave a moon bag for maybe over $1, but that's my whole goal. So again, HBAR, The market cap right now is $7 billion. I think it's a great entry. Could we fall back lower? Yes. Well, this is why we always have dry powder on the side and we don't invest our full bag. But in my opinion, HBAR is going to have a fantastic bull run. It did it in 2021. It's just obviously back here, as we know, the supply is 42 billion now. So again, a lot of coins in circulation were coming out. The founders, etc., the team members were taking profits, and that's why the bull run was kind of lackluster. But guess what? It pretty much 8x'd overnight, and now we're back at the kind of same prices. We're not going to be back to 4 or 5 cents anymore, but we're less than 20 cents. So again, if you liked it at 40, you should like it in 18. Now, Ondo, one of most people's favorite coins because of BlackRock. 3 bullish reasons behind Ondo for this bull run, although I would love to give you 6, 7, 8. There's so much bullish things about Ondo. Is real world assets, RWA. That category is going to be super hot. It's already shown what it can do so far. Ondo tokenizes assets like US treasuries, bringing trillions of dollars from traditional finance into cryptocurrency. The number year by year is only going to continue to grow, and by 2030 there's going to be trillions and trillions of dollars in this RWA system. I think Ondo is positioned to stay because obviously we have institutional adopters as number 2. BlackRock are partners with this one. And as we know, BlackRock are buying a lot of cryptocurrency. They're buying a lot of Bitcoin. They're buying a lot of Ethereum. And the partner behind Ondo, they're not here to lose money. They have a big bag of Ondo. I think it's going to do super, super well. Number 3, it hasn't had a 2021 run, right? So we really can't project the price in this too much, but we also can't put a ceiling on how high this could go. Now, looking at the current price of Ondo right now, again, we see a similar thing with most of these coins. If you liked it at $2, you're getting a 50% discount. It hasn't had a 2021 run, so we can't really look at it. But again, $2.5 billion market cap. In my opinion, it's a great buy. You're not going to lose money in this one. Yes, you could lose short term, but again, we have dry powder. But in my opinion, this is such a great story right now. I mean, you just have to look at the partners and to really understand the whole RWA system, which I think is super bullish for this bull run. And I think it's going to do fantastically well. Now, the next one is XRP. Now, again, you can compare this with XLM if you want. In my opinion, XLM and XRP, they follow each other very well. XLM is a little bit more riskier because less market cap, but XLM should do even better than XRP if XRP does well. And XRP has did well. We can't argue with that. 3 bullish reasons behind XRP is bank and payment adoptions. XRP is used by banks and payment companies for fast and low international transfers. And this is where you also get the people, I don't like this, but this is just reality. You get some YouTubers calling for $100 to $1,000. I've even seen YouTubers call for $10,000 price points. But we have to be real here, boys. That is not going to happen in this bull run. It's not going to happen in the next bull run. Are we going to get a $10,000 XRP one day? I mean, I don't think so, but that's just what people are saying. So that will get you wrecked. You have to be realistic with this one, boys. Legal clarity, obviously, Ripple's court won against the SEC, and it brought in a huge confidence boost, and that's what we've seen XRP at 40, 50 cents for ages, and then it pumped up to like $3 or $4. I think it was $3 actually, and now I think it's like $2.20 at the current time of recording. And this gave old investors and new investors, as it's kind of like here to stay. Most coins would not have survived this. Ethereum might not have survived this. You know, coins like HBAR, Solana, in my opinion, they would have went to fucking zero. But XRP, with the lawsuit, they even still had a good bull run with that lawsuit. It didn't go up to the previous all-time high, but in my opinion, it did very, very well. The 2017 run was huge, and it still ran in 2021, even though it was literally getting sued. But the gains were suppressed big time. And this is where you could get a 2021 bull run for XRP in 2025. So as we know, XRP would have made you money, but it didn't get back to the all-time high. But if they never got sued, in my opinion, it was probably a $4 or $5 token, maybe even more. But as we know, it kind of skiffed the previous all-time high once they won the legal case, and now it's back at $2.20. So in my opinion, it's not going to give you $1,000. It's not going to give you $100, but it's probably going to hit $8, $10, maybe even $12 in a good bull run. So again, market cap on this one is high. Just you have to be aware that this pumped up so much, it could obviously take a big beating, but also be aware that it did win the lawsuit. So again, this could go absolutely crazy. You could get a 2017 bull run in this one, and that's where I think people are going to make a lot of money. But if you try and panic this and you hold it for like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100, that's where I think you could round trip this and be like the guys in 2017 that held it all the way back down. Now, the next coin is a coin I don't actually hold, but I think it's still very bullish, and this is ICP. The 3 bullish reasons for ICP is one of the worst charts known to date since launch, but you have to remember it was heavy manipulated. E.g., this is probably the biggest potential on this list if it can do well. The market cap coins in terms of gains, even claiming a $50 ICP, that would be a 10x right now, which I think is crazy for a market cap of this size. And some people also think it can go much higher. It's got a growing ecosystem. There's more dApps, games, and AI projects launching an ICP, increasing the network activity and demand for this ICP token. And number 3 is its low fees and high speed. It makes it very, very scalable and has near to zero fees on the market, making it attractive for developers and users. So again, when I show you this chart, it looks absolutely disgusting, but you have to remember this wasn't really real. This was FTX and everything crashing at the time, and then they flooded it. It was almost like a scam launch, in my opinion, because this price didn't even exist. I think the actual price it launched at was like $140, and obviously it's at 5. So again, if you bought this hype, yeah, it's going to be hard to even make your initial back. But again, all the way through this, it's pretty much done nothing. It's been at $10, it's been at $8, it's now at $5. I don't really think it can go much lower because, again, looking at this chart, of course, it could go to zero. But in my opinion, looking at this project and what it does, it has survived. And again, this could be the biggest kind of reward for a top coin at $2.7 billion market cap. I don't have any yet, but it doesn't mean I won't buy any in the future. I'm just buying coins like Solana and Render and more Ethereum when I can. But this is a coin that I think you should look at if you're starting to build a bag, just because where it kind of has been. And obviously it survived this, and it just was a terrible launch in my opinion. Now the next one is Cronos. I like Cronos, comparing it to BNB, but I think Cronos has got more potential to run. And here's the reasons. Crypto.com, obviously backing this. Crow has a native token for Crypto.com platform. It's one of the biggest exchanges with millions of users. E.g., when this bull run happens, more people are going to be using the Cronos platform, and that will onboard more people, equal more people will buy the Cronos coin. Number two is they have a fuck ton of cash, okay? Let me just tell you, in the last bull run, remember, they spent $700 million on the Staples Center, and they also spent millions of dollars in advertisements for people like Matt Damon. They also spent money on UFC and Formula One ads on the TV. And e.g., once they start spinning this marketing machine again, you will see the flock of people like we've seen in 2021 go to Crypto.com and buy the Crow coin. Number three is holders of the Crow coin. This is very interesting, actually. In the app, they get cash back in Crow, meaning regular people that go to the grocery store, etc., they can use the Crow card and they get cash back and rewards in the Crypto.com coin. And this is how you get a flywheel effect of buys for a token to do well. So again, you take your little card, you go and buy your Tesco shop, your Walmart shop, whatever, and you get rewarded in the Crow coin, equal more demand, more free buys on the Cronos coin. And that's what we've seen in the last bull run. And that's why we've seen a Crypto.com almost reaching, I think it almost reached $1, maybe 80, 90 or so cents. And again, right now it's at 7 cents. What I don't like, and here's the thing, CoffeeZilla, kind of made an expose video on that. I think the guy's called Chris with a K, but again, he survived this. What I do like though, is obviously FTX went bust, Celsius went bust, BlockFi went bust, Voyager went bust, but guess what? Crypto.com have a lot of fucking money. And in my opinion, they're going to turn on this advertiser machine on very, very soon. As I said, the last bull run, they're going to be spending so much money. They have so much cash. And again, I compare this to Binance, but obviously Binance is a bigger market cap. I think, usually exchange coins do well in a bull run. Then you have to kind of sell, of course. I think this coin can probably reach the $1 in this, in my opinion, if Crypto.com can keep onboarding users. And I think they will do that because they have so much money in their market machine. Again, more demand equals more supply for that coin. Now, Render is number 8 on this list. Render is a coin I'm very interested. There's 3 bullish reasons for this. Is obviously number 1, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is one of the fastest growing companies in the stock market, and that exploded with the AI narrative. Literally, that company went from like nowhere to like almost number 1. It might even be number 1. I don't know if it's overtook Tesla in terms of market cap, but again, it's pretty much up there, right? And obviously, that's an AI stock, and I believe we're going to see that money flow come to coins in the AI narrative like Render. Now, we've already seen this coin at $12 from 40 or so cents. That's a 30x. So we've seen what this coin can do in AI coins itself. There's many other AI coins I would put on this list, but in my opinion, Render's probably the best known coin, and it's kind of like the best risk/reward because number 2 is there's big demand for GPU power. This is what this company and this project actually does. So it actually has a demand. A lot of AI projects, unfortunately, like some other categories, they're just a shiny little AI coin. They don't actually do anything, but this coin actually does do something, which is why I believe this coin will be number 1 in the space, or at least it will be the top 3. As AI and graphic heavily applications grow, more companies and creators will use and need Render for the affordability of computing. That use case is absolutely huge. Strong partnerships, as we know. Render is backed by major tech figures and integrations with platforms like Apple Vision Pro. So they've got big partnerships with Apple, driving further adoption. Now again, the interesting one about Render is everybody was excited about $12. Okay, I still think this has the potential to do 50, 60, 70 or dollars. Some people are saying it's going to break 100, but in my opinion, you should take profits below or before that. It's at $3 right now. I've always said I would buy this at around about $2.20, but I'm very close to buying this. I know I can put this in a DeFi platform on Orica with Solana and print a fuck ton of Render. I'm just waiting for some cash to really hit my bank account, and then Render I think is going to be my next buy. But again, everybody liked Render at 12. Nobody likes it at 3. We wish we could have bought it at 40, 50 cents. Could we go there? Absolutely. If, Bitcoin breaks that 50-week SMA, we could absolutely go there. But in my opinion, if you're here for the bull run, you believe the bull run's on, even if you're buying at 3 and it could fall 2, 1, even 50 cents, I don't think it's going to happen. But if that happens, you got some dry powder by then. It's not going to happen overnight. So you're working your job, you're working your business, you're working your side hustle, and then you can start buying this coin again for even cheaper, because ultimately I think this coin is a minimum of a 40, 50, maybe even a $60 coin. I think that's quite realistic, looking at the partnerships, looking at the GPU power and the actual use case of this. So I think Render is going to be one of the top AI coins in this bull run. And coins like NVIDIA is just showing you what AI, companies can do, and that will always rotate to cryptocurrency, in my opinion. Now, the next one is a gaming coin. I think Beam, I would normally give you Gala. I have both these coins in my portfolio, but Gala is just having some issues right now, let's be honest, with some lawsuits going on. Everybody's suing each other in this game. Everybody wants some money, but I think Beam is, is a great coin for gaming. If you believe we're going to get a 2021 run in gaming like we had before in 2025, I think gaming coins are being so lackluster this bull run, but it's only time of the essence. They're going to pick back up. So we're going to get a 2021 run, in my opinion, with gaming. And once this happens, everything will go. We've seen what Axie did in the last bull run. It did 100x plus. We've seen Mana Rip, and we've seen, the Sandbox, and we've seen even Illumium, although it's not doing well today, but we've seen what Illumium did with just a trailer of a game. But Beam is obviously the powerhouse of gaming. I think it will be number one, just like Render, or maybe top 3, top 5. It's a $300 million market cap right now, boys. And it's becoming a joke how low these gaming coins are actually compared to other narratives like meme coins. But that's part of the cycle we're in right now. Again, nobody sees, use cases for these, but we will get a bull run in gaming. We've not had it at all. So I think gaming coins should be part of your portfolio, at least what I think anyways. Now, for context, again, Axie got to $10 billion in market cap, and this is 300 million. Just think about that. Just actually think about that. It's got a growing ecosystem. More games and projects are launching on Beam, increasing demand for the token and network activity. So again, just looking at Beam right now, it is so fucking oversold. Again, if you look at the market cap on the kind of local tops here, it was 2 billion, then it went back up to like almost 2 billion again. Now it's at 300 million. So that's like a 3.5x to even, claiming this without a proper gaming run. I think Beam's here to stay. Again, you should have some gaming coins in your, portfolio, in my opinion. It's shown us what was possible in 2021. People are always going to play games, and Beam are kind of the powerhouse, in my opinion, of the game ecosystem. There's a lot of scam games right now, unfortunately, but it doesn't mean you can't make money on the coins. But if you want a more safer pick, and again, this is still a low market cap where you can make huge multipliers. In my opinion, this will cross a $2 billion again at some part of this cycle, and it could go 5, it could go 10 billion like Axie Infinity, but by then you should have already taken your profits, or at least, took your initial out plus some more, and it'll be happy days. You let the less run. Now, the last one is going to be one of the most riskier coins on this list, and I have to give you a risky one. I can give you more risky ones, but it's a top 10 video for a reason, and this is Virtual Protocol. And the reason I put this, number one, there has to be speculation in this one. This is obviously a new narrative, which is AI agents. So it's even further out the scale of AI. So it's AI agents. If you haven't seen this yet, go and check it out. I'll show that in a second. And the reason I'm putting this on the list is, number one, this is the new narrative of AI, which is AI agents. Number two, it ripped for a clean 100x very recently, and it's now back down over 80 to 90% down, but it's stabilized, and it's now being currently priced at these levels. So AI agent creation, Virtual Protocol let users create AI-driven characters for virtual interactions on a blockchain, tapping into this growing trend of AI. And the price momentum, as we know, it's on a huge decline. So Virtual is showing stable prices, indicating potential recovery and growth, but ultimately, we are relying on what Bitcoin and AI coins do, because if it doesn't do well, AI agents is going to go fast to zero before you even know it. But again, there has to be some risk in your portfolio, in my opinion, and this would be your riskier pick. If Bitcoin breaks out over a 50-week moving average, which it has done, and we're still in this max pain looking at the fear and greed index, but if Bitcoin continues to chill and moves back up, which currently at the time of recording it is doing, it will be game on for tokens like this. So again, this was the clean 100x. It did it so fucking fast, but obviously people got so excited and Bitcoin started to shit the bed. It went from $4.50 and now it's at 67 cents. E.g. for context, the market cap went to 4.5 billion and now we're at 439. So just to go back to this market cap, it is a 10x. Now, obviously, we missed the days of the $40, $50 million market cap. It could go there again, but it would be very scary to buy at those price points. Like I said, after this big dump, it's kind of chilling. It had local lows of down here, but now it's back at 67 cents. So again, this is going to be your most riskier play. But if you believe in Bitcoin's going to recover, if you believe Ethereum, Solana, Render are going to do well, this is when you take your speculation hat. Again, in my opinion, your speculation play should be less than 20%, maybe even less than 50%, maybe even less than 15%. But in my opinion, if you have a small portfolio like a lot of people do have and they're just scraping by, you have to take some riskier bets. You chose cryptocurrency for a reason. This is probably my number one pick, although absolutely is terrible on this chart. But remember, this is an AI agent, okay? Just like Render, just like Beam, I think this will be one of the top number ones in this category. And if it does do that, that's when you could get prices of $5 billion, $10 billion market cap. Buying at 440, yes, it could fall down absolutely further. That's absolutely possible to do that. But again, we DCA, we do what we can. And if we take some losses along the way, hopefully you build up a good enough portfolio with these coins where it's fine. It's fine. You're not going to find every home run. It's very hard to do that. And if you think you're going to do that, you're going to fumble the bag and you're going to round trip, in my opinion. Now, if you want to buy any of these coins, you can check out one of the exchanges I use, which is BTCC. They give you a 10% bonus on your first time deposit. So e.g., if you deposit more than $500, they'll give you a 10% extra bonus. It's very good for trading. It's very good for buying most of these coins. There's no KYC necessarily, which is a good thing if you just want to go on there and you don't need to, deal with Coinbase. You don't need to deal with fucking Binance, which we can't even use in the UK anymore. For this one, you will need a VPN if you're from the UK. So you can use companies like Nord, which takes you 1 second to sign up. It's about $2-3 a month, which you should have anyways if you're operating on a laptop on cryptocurrency. You should have a VPN, in my opinion. And again, they've been around for 14 years plus, one of the oldest exchanges known to man. So again, safety is there, but you can buy the coins if you want. You can send them to your hardware wallet. You can send them to your DeFi pools if you're doing that, what we're doing. But again, super good exchange. They've been around for 14 years. There's no KYC necessarily. And again, they give you extra bonuses if you are a trader. So again, appreciate if you use them. They've been a partner for me for a while. And these are one of the exchanges I use on a daily basis. And also, if you want to check out our 10K fast track, we have opened up some spots. We're giving everybody a free call with one of my team members. And what we really do is we teach people, if you have a decent sized portfolio, to get to 10K minimum per month. There's many members that have already done that. I think we've got like 6 or 7 that are already at 10K per month. Just like I talked about before. If you have some Solana, we can get you free Solana. If you have some Render, we can get you free Render. If you have some other coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Aerodrome Finance, Beam even, we can get you free coins to maybe you haven't got any more capital to invest, but we can look at your portfolio, and our goal is to get everybody to 10K per month. Again, you have to go through a qualifying process, so you can check the link in the description. It's a free call anyway, so if you don't think you're a good fit, you'll get free value. We'll show you how to do it anyways for free. But if you want to join our team, again, our goal and my mission on this cryptocurrency channel is to get everybody to 10K per month. And then here's the kicker, guys. After this bull run, we want to accumulate coins. So that's our goal in the bull run. And in the bear market, what most of us are going to do, I'll just give you this for free, is we're going to go in USDT stablecoin, and we're going to go in USDC, which again, when this bear market kicks in, we don't want to be accumulating coins because we've already sold. But maybe 2026, 2027, 2028, we're going to be in stablecoins, because my biggest problem when I had cryptocurrency after this bull run, it's like if we hit $3 to $5 million, what do we do then? I don't want to buy real estate. I could do that. I don't want to buy stocks. I want to stay in the vehicle that I'm interested in, which is cryptocurrency. Yes, I will bank some cash out, buy some stuff, go on more holidays, etc. But for like 2 to 3 years, I'm going to treat this as passive income to accumulate way more stable coins to buy for the next bull run. And again, that was always my biggest problem. I can't leave $3 to $5 million in a bank account. My bank account only insures me up to 85K. So this is something you can check out if you want. Like I said, it's a free call. There's no obligation to join, but we want as many people in here as possible, because what we're doing right now is probably the best thing on the market. We're not teaching you trading. We're not teaching you the best times to buy and sell. So we do talk about that, but what we do is what we specialize in is getting people with their already portfolio that you guys have. You've got Solana, you've got Aerodrome Finance, you've got Sui and many other coins. We can show you how to accumulate those coins for free, where you don't have to push any fresh money in, and it just becomes a game changer. So check out the link in the description. We'd love to have you on our team, and we'd love to help you to get to 10K per month passively from doing nothing, holding the coins you already have. So peace, take care. I'd love to see you in the comments below.